Very pleased to be joined by East Ferris Councillor Erika Lougheed. Erika, you have taken the initiative to get public washrooms opened up in your community. Why was this important for you to do so?
Well, I think that if this pandemic has showed us anything, it's that not everyone in our communities are thought of when decisions are being made. And often it's those with the most barriers who are thought of last. It's the people without access to personal green spaces, or those with medical or personal needs, people experiencing homelessness, or those without the means to pay for activities. We need to change the way we think and create decisions to ensure that we're inclusive of all people, all ages, and all abilities. And having washrooms available is a good step in the right direction.
How did you make this happen? Did you bring forward a motion to council? Was that the way you did this?
No, when it comes to East Ferris, it was just very intuitive here that we never thought that we wouldn't have them open. So when I brought it up yesterday at last night's council meeting, everyone was surprised to hear that other communities did not have public washrooms open. And it was always part of the plan here in East Ferris to have them open.
You named North Bay as one of the communities you want to see this happen. Have you received any good response from those communities so far?
I've heard some responses from individuals who live in the neighboring communities. I have not reached out and had any conversations with North Bay or Calendar in particular. But one thing I'd like to just reflect on here is that, you know, when my children were very little, we had very little money and literally lived in these public parks and spaces. So it's creating a situation where people are afraid to even go out because they're not able to access washrooms when they need them. So we do need to make sure that when we're opening up these parks and we're opening up these public spaces, that washrooms are part of that plan.
Now, these washrooms were closed as part of the COVID protocol. So is that being considered when moving forward and reopening these?
I think that if you are only making decisions with very few people in mind, and you're not willing to front the cost that needs to happen in order for people to access the spaces that you've opened, you're really missing the point. Not you particularly, but decision makers. And again, illustrates who gets priority in the planning process and in the policies that shape, you know, not only our COVID recovery plan from this pandemic, but, you know, impacting so many people that need access for their mental health, for their well-being, and just what we Northerners like to do best is to get outside.